Barry, I'm going to let you go through the next one, an interesting novel.
Yes. So again, I brought the prop. So let's show it to the YouTube subscribers over there.
Oh, fantastic.
It's a book by the name of Eleanor. It's called Eleanor Oliphant is Completely Fine. And it's a novel by a writer from Scotland called Gail Honeyman. And what I found amazing was that this is her debut novel, and she is just turned 40 years old. So she was working in admin behind a desk for her whole career. Got to the age of 40, realized that she didn't actually want to be doing what she was doing. Quit her job with basically no plan other than to write this book. Wrote this book and has had huge success out of nowhere with it. And so it's a really, really cool story. And putting her own personal story aside, the book is incredible. This is one of the best fiction novels I've read in a long time. It's not the kind of book that I normally read. I was looking for a lighter read, and this is a very light, easy to read story. It really goes very quickly. I read it in about 2 days, but it's such a beautiful story. And what the story focuses on is this lady called Eleanor Oliphant, and it's a story about loneliness. That's the whole book is about loneliness, and it follows her life. And it's interesting because you can kind of see the author's life in Eleanor's life, right? Because Eleanor is this 40-year-old who's working at a graphic design agency and doing desk work and going home every weekend, doesn't have many friends, doesn't have a partner, is living this very, very lonely life, even though she's surrounded by people all the time. And it's a fantastic exposition of what does the anxiety and loneliness that millennials are feeling in this world these days, and how a lot of the fact that even though we're more connected than ever, we have more Facebook friends than ever, we are surrounded by people all the time, there's this tendency to isolate ourselves, and this tendency to kind of live our lives in silos and not interact with real humans in real time at depth. Or with depth at least. And so it's a fantastic story, and it hits all of these points without kind of pushing in your face. It just lets you live through the story of this woman, and you watch as she kind of grows in confidence and grows in her life and actually turns her life around with the very, very small changes to her lifestyle. So it's unlike things I normally don't read books like this, so I was very surprised that I enjoyed this, to be honest. When I picked it up, I was going to give it a go, and I found it fantastic. So I just want to recommend it for anyone who's looking for a book for this December break. It's a nice book to read on a beach or on a hammock or just in your bed over December. Very easy to read, but a lovely story and a fantastic message behind it.
Amazing. It definitely sounds empowering of how somebody, at that young age, but doing something very different to a lot of people in just living out the sort of day-to-day rat race, getting her passion going and putting her everything into something that has clearly touched a lot of people's lives. And just on the theme of loneliness, I think it's really important. Big cities like London, New York, there's so many people, but basic human interaction is lacking in the way that you could imagine. Like you honestly are just a number here. You're just lacking that basic, and it's really interesting how in a world or in a city with so many people, some people can feel so alone, and it's so easy to feel so alone when everyone's in their own little bubbles. So I definitely think that sounds like a great read, and I would be interested to read it. So thanks, Barry.
Across the pond with Barry and Chad.